Okay, so now let us move to GATE 2018 power system questions we are doing. Okay, so let us read the question. Consider a lossy transmission line, okay, V1 and V2, with Z and X have the series impedance and reactances. Okay, the steady state stability limit for the transmission line. Okay, so now we know that what the formula that comes in my mind is EV by X sine delta, where EV by X is the steady state stability limit. But always remember, this formula is when resistance of the line is 0. Okay, so this is the formula when there is only X. Now he is saying that whether this time, because see, remember this is a lossy line, so he is asking whether this time the steady state limit will be less than this EV by X or more than EV by X. Okay, so that is the question. So here, see, you must remember the standard equations for the short transmission line, or you can remember the ABCD equation in terms of ABCD parameters, and then you can derive the short transmission line equation of power and Q, real power and reactive power. That is also one way, but I will prefer that you should learn these. So it will real power is given by Vs VR upon Z cos theta minus delta minus VR square divided by mod Z cos theta. Okay, so this is the real power. So now if I have to find out the steady state stability limit, then what will I do is, see, let us say that theta is equal to delta. Okay, see, for steady state stability, what we do, we find the maximum power. Here if I put delta is equal to 0, then that will be my steady state limit from the, because EV by X is the maximum power that can be transferred without system losing its stability. So that is the meaning of steady state stability limit. So here, for in this equation, to have the maximum power, theta is equal to delta. So my equation reduces to only P is equal to Vs Vr. Okay, so here Vs is V1 and Vr is V2 by Z. Okay, because I am using Z here. Cos theta minus delta is equal to cos 0, that is 1, minus Vr square by Z cos theta. So if you compare with this thing, so when there is a lossy line, so your steady state stability limit is reduced because this term is also subtracted, and further here there is the resistance also in the denominator. So option B is correct. Okay, so to have better understanding, you can write it in V1 V2 by Z. Remember, all these are mods. Minus V2 square by Z cos theta. Okay, so option B is correct. Okay, so always just gauge the question, how it is given and why it is given, and then only proceed. Okay, so now let us move to the next question. The series, it's a GATE 2019 power system. The series impedance matrix of a short three-phase transmission line in phase coordinates is, okay, the series impedance for the transmission line is given. Okay, see, these are the positive negative sequence. Okay. So if you don't know this concept, then you can refer to the links in the description. See, S is the self and M is the mutual. Okay, so that is not of much use, but you should remember one thing, that the positive sequence impedance is given by sequence impedance Z1, let me say, for the transmission line with this matrix is given by positive sequence is given by Zs plus 2Zm. Okay, am I right? Positive sequence is given by no. Positive sequence is given by Zs minus Zm. Okay, and zero sequence is given by Zs plus 2Zm. Okay, so this is the relation. Okay, and you can visit the links in the description if you don't know this thing. Now positive sequence impedance is given to us as Zs minus Zm is given to us as 1 plus J10. Okay, and your Zs plus 2Zm, that is zero sequence impedance, is given to us as 4 plus J31. Okay, so let me say this is equation 1, this is equation 2. Okay, on solving 1 and 2, you can find out your Zs and Zm also. So we have to find out the Zm imaginary part. So your Zm comes out to be 1 plus J7. So the imaginary part of Zm is equal to 7. Okay, so this is the answer. Yeah, so that is how you solve the question. Okay, so answer is 7. So it's just a simple question. You must remember this concept for the transmission line. Okay, GATE 2019 power system. The positive, negative and zero sequence impedances of a 125 MVA 3-phase 15.5 kV 50 Hertz. Okay, it's given. So we are given this Z1 J.1, Z2, that is negative sequence, is given to us as J.05, and your Z0, okay, I would say it's for the generator, so ZG0 is equal to J.01 on machine rating base. Okay, the machine is unloaded and working at the rated terminal voltage. Okay, the grounding impedance of the generator is, okay, so it's grounded star. Okay, it's grounded and it is grounded with some reactance. Grounding impedance is given to us as J.01. Okay, then the magnitude of the fault current for B phase to ground fault. Okay, so LG fault, that means the LG fault is there. Okay, so I have to find this current. Let the current be equal to IF. So for LG fault, IF is equal to 3 into E upon your Z1, that is positive sequence, plus negative sequence, plus equivalent Z0. Here your Z0 is equal to ZG0 plus 3xn. Okay, if you don't know these, then you can visit the links in the description. ZG0 is J.01 plus 3 times J.01, so it will be J.04. So your IF will come out to be, so your fault current will be 3 into E will be 1 per unit. We assume it this way only. If it is not given, J1 is your 0.1. Oh, sorry, Z1 is 0.1. It's 0.05 plus 0.04. Okay, so what you will get is 3 upon 0.19. So your IF in per unit, remember it's always comes out in per unit, will be 3 upon 0.19. Now in actual he is asking in kiloamperes. So what you will do is per unit values is equal to actual value upon base value. So per unit into base value will give us the actual value. So IF kiloamps will be given by per unit value into actual. Actual will be, yes, 125 MVA, and what is the voltage? 15.5. So actual will be what? 125 divided by 15.5, and since it is 3 phase, so it will be 125 divided by root 3 into 15.5. 15.5. Okay, so what it will come out will be 73.51 51652 kilo amps. Okay, 73.52 kilo amps is the answer. Okay, so never forget to multiply with the base. Okay, so here your base current I should calculate here also. I base will be, see, root 3 VI will be 125 MVA, so I base will be 125 divided by root 3 into V. V is 15.5. Okay, so from there I get this I base. So this is the way. So this is the answer. GATE 2018 power system we are doing. 1000 to 1000 bus matrix of 8000 non-zero. Okay. So Y bus matrix is given to us of the order 1000 into 1000. So that means the 1000 diagonal elements. Okay, so there are 1000 diagonal elements. That one thing is sure. Now it has 8000 non-zero elements. 8000 non-zero elements. Okay. See, the problem is saying the minimum number of branches in the system. Okay. See, the number of branches is equal to number of mutual elements. Mutual elements are the off diagonal elements divided by 2. Okay. See, here there are 8000 non-zero elements. In these 8000 non-zero elements, 1000 are the diagonal. See, the diagonal elements are always non-zero. That is the universal fact. Okay, are the diagonal elements. So left elements are the off diagonal. Off diagonal elements are the mutual elements. Okay. So left will be 8000 minus 1000, 7000. Okay. So now number of branches will be 7000 by 2. That is 3500. Okay. See, if you are having some doubt in this concept, then you can visit the video. Okay, so that is how you approach the question. GATE 2018 power system question we are doing. It's given the positive, negative and zero sequence impedance of 3-phase generator are Z1, Z2, Z0. Okay, Z1, Z2, Z0 are given. Is the line to line fault with fault impedance ZF. Okay, see, line to line fault he is talking about, and with fault impedance ZF. Okay, the fault current is, in this case the fault current is IF1 is equal to K into IF, and he is saying that this IF is the fault current with zero fault impedance. Okay, and this is the fault current with zero fault impedance. Okay, so this is given to us. See, I will always advise you to start moving pen if you're not getting anything. Okay, yeah. So now what you have to do is you have to fault current with zero fault impedance, it is the IF. Okay. Yeah. So now let me write, it is the line to line fault. Okay, so in the line to line fault the equation is root 3 ER divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus, it will be Z1 plus Z2 because there is no ground, so there will be no use of the zero sequence impedance. Okay, so now I will write first the IF. It's without ZF, so it will be root 3. See, okay, let me say it is ER1. And what was your positive? Z1, negative Z2. Okay, so this much, and it is without the zero fault, it's without the fault impedance, so it will be this much only. And now I will write the IF1, that is with the fault impedance, so it will be root 3 ER1 Z1 plus Z2, and additional your fault impedance will also add up. Okay, now in the question, according to the question, we can write this equation as, okay, to save the space I will do in this fashion. You can write the equation as it's given IF1 is equal to KIF. Okay, so your IF1 is root 3 ER1 divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus ZF is equal to K times IF is root 3 ER1 divided by Z1 plus Z2. So on solving this expression, what you will find out is that your ER1 will cancel out. See, these things will cancel out, and your Z, you have to find that ZF will come out to be your Z1 plus Z2 1 minus K divided by K. Okay, so this is the answer A. Okay, so that is how you have to just see in faults. Generally, you can solve it by remembering few formulas only. Okay, let us see this question. Consider the two power system network, two bus power system network. Okay, in per unit, reactive power supplied with generator G1 and G2 is QG1 and QG2. The per unit values of QG1 and QG2 we have to find out, and we have to find out this Q loss. Okay, so Q loss is in this. See, now in such question, first we have to demarcate. One thing is very much clear to us, that we will be using the power and reactive power and real power equations for short transmission line. Okay, see, so the real power is given by EV by X sine delta. Okay, so now in this question, the important thing is that you should know what is the sending end side and what is the receiving end side. Okay, so see, roughly I am saying sending end, receiving end. Okay, see, in the sending end there is this generator. This is sending power to this load also, and it is sending the extra power through the line to this side. Okay, so this much is very much clear to us. See, now if I apply this equation for the sending end side, what is the power sending? See, power generated is 20. 15 is consumed by the load on the same bus only, so 20 minus 15, 5. So only 5 per unit power is sent through the line, so I will write it as 5. EV, I will take it as 1 into 1 per unit. See, it's given 1. You assume for the generator you assume 1 only. Okay, so now so 5 is equal to 1 into 1 divided by x will be your this 0.1 into sine delta. Okay, so from here my delta will come out to be 30 degrees. Okay, so one thing is very much clear to us. So now the next part is, see, I have to find out the QG1 and QG2. Okay. See, what will be the Q send, QS. Okay. So your QS will be equal to the, we can find it out using this relation Vs by X. Vs, see, all these are in mods. Okay, Vs minus Vr cos delta. So 1 upon 0.1, 1 minus 1 cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Okay, so on solving this, what you will get is 1.34 per unit. Okay, now your QR is given by the formula VR by X into Vs cos delta minus Vr. Okay, so Vr by X is Vr is 1 by 0.1, 1 into root 3 by 2 minus 1. So it will come out to be minus 1.34 per units. Okay. Okay, so this is this thing. Okay, so the power that we send is all received by the receiving end. Okay, so now the losses can be calculated now as, let me take the next page. So the losses can be calculated as Q sending minus QR. Okay, so your Q sending is 1.34 minus 1.34, 2.68 per unit. Okay, so now you can find out the QG1. See, this QG1 is the reactive power generated by the generator, and it is supplied to this load and this whole line. Okay, so we have already calculated the Q sending, that is 1.34 per unit, and this is the load. So your QG1 can be equated to 5 plus 1.34. Okay. So from here your QG1 will come out to be 6.34 per unit. So one thing we have got. Secondly, your QG2 will come out to be, see, similarly your QG2 will be what? The QR received. Okay, QR received, total QR received, plus this 10. Okay, so your QG2 will be minus QR plus Q plus 10. Okay, and it will be 1.34 plus 10, that will be 11.34 per unit. Okay, so now you might have a doubt that why I have taken this negative sign here. See, is the generator, it is supplying to this load, that is J10, and the power received by this generator is what? Minus 1.34 per unit. Okay, so what it means is that this generator is delivering 1.34 per units. Okay, see, if it is absorbing minus 1.34 per unit, then it means that it is delivering 1.34 per units. So that is why your QG2 will be minus QR plus 10, because we are writing here the delivered powers. So it comes out to be 11.34 per minute. So what will be your answer? Your Q loss. Okay, Q loss I have calculated or not? Okay, yeah, Q loss I have calculated. So your Q loss is 2.68. QG1 is, Q loss is 2.68. Okay, Q1 is 6.34, and so your answer will be C. Okay, So C is the answer. So this question was a little bit tricky to do at first time, but it clears many concepts regarding the queue sending and queue receiving. For more details, you can visit the links in the description. Okay, thank you.